Hey there guys, thanks again for clicking on and tuning in to this Crystal Palace save with me, Mr. Cuddly. Right, who wants to see us sign some new players? Yeah? Sound good? Alright, well on top of that, who wants to see Sheffield United or Newcastle United? One of them is getting relegated. Join me next. So the final game of the season, it's all at stake really. If you are a Newcastle or Sheffield United fan, one of you are going to be going down. So let's get into this, guys. Let's go and do it. So we're going to do our team selection. So I'm just going to make I say a few changes. If you remember towards the end of the season, I did say I was going to change my team a little bit with a few players here and there, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take El Neni out and put Remoter in. I'm going to put Coyote out and put Ferguson in because this is potentially the back three I'm going to go with next season. Luka Milivojevic probably isn't going to play anymore for me again. Coyote's not long signed a 3-year deal with the club, so he will be staying. I'm going to go with Jack Butland in goal. He's not played too much. He's only played several times this season for me. And Sensei's coming out for James Tompkins because he needs a rest. That is it. We are going with this team. We are ready to rock and roll. We are ready to rock and roll. Let's do this. Final game of the season. Can't wait. Let's do it. Be really nice to win. Last game of the season. Let's get 3 points. Get it in the bag. A nice 12th, 13th place finish. So we're currently 14th. If we was to get 45 points, we'd finish 12th. So I'll be, well, pending on results. Talking of results, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to change this. No, I can't change that one. Is it going to be this one? I'm going to go latest scores. Just be interesting to see how Newcastle get on. Well, what a waste that was. Well. Oh no, you lost it. So you can't be giving it away there. So it's a Palace throw. Just approaching half time. Pretty much nothing in it, really. Newcastle still drawing with Arsenal, so as things stand, Sheffield United will be relegated, which for me isn't a bad thing because there's one or two players, please excuse me, I really wouldn't mind taking a look at and maybe bring them to the club. But again, this is a game of finances, so we need to see what. Listen, I've got some tough decisions to make. I might even see if I can loan Batshuayi and El Neni again for another season. And the problem with that is if I decide to not take the El Neni deal and then try and loan him again and they say no, I won't get him for 22 million. I think I'd struggle more. So I've just got to be careful. The same with... Oh, he's given a penalty away. No, he hasn't. The same with Michy Batshuayi. If I don't take on the £26 million deal, I probably won't be able to get him for that price. Come on, boys. Let's have this clear. Right, break on. Where's the break? Yeah, great ball. Michy Batshuayi, last game of the season. Great save. Corner, Eze. No, again. Oliver Norwood breaking with the ball. We just seem to be a bit... Oh, Mateta. Right, okay, so we're going to have to... What we're going to do then, we're going to change system just a little bit. Shit. Right, okay, let me think about this. So Eze can stay where he is. Right, okay, so he will come off for Czech Coyote. We're going to put him in the centre there. No, come on. Sorry, guys. For So we're going to play like this. That's how we're going to play. Like a little Christmas tree. I'm going to put El Neni in for Riedeveld now. Yeah, and he can play the deep line. We'll leave it at that. Let me just demand more. So Newcastle still drawing 0-0 with Arsenal. Fair play. So if Arsenal win, which they're not doing, and Sheffield was to draw, I wonder how that would pan out. It looks like Palace are going to get a point last game of the season, so Sheffield. Don't think it's enough for Sheffield, but I think it was enough for us to, get the highest position possible that we were able to do, and I'm absolutely chuffed with that. Sheffield United have now been relegated. So guys, here we are on the ins and outs. Just before I go through the ins and outs, I was only expecting 25 million quid with a wage budget of pretty much what it already was. Come to the budgets that the club had set, and they've actually kept me for... they've given me 63 million quid to spend, and we have spent a fair chunk of that. And it gives us a bit more of a bit more movement with wages. So currently, as we speak, we sit within our wages. We've probably got about 16 million quid left. Maybe even up to 19 million quid left. It's around that sort of figure. So let me just tell you about the one major out that you can see on the screen in front of you. Luka Milivojevic has decided to leave and go to Feyenoord, which I've not got a problem with that. So he went for 6.5 million up front. With add-ons and everything else, it comes to 8.5 million. So wish him all the luck in the world. Great servant for the club. He was a captain of the club, but his time has passed. It's time that we move on. It's time he moves on. So as a club, we've used some of that money built into giving into what we was given from Luka Milivojevic into the kitty. We got 4 million of that money that went straight into the transfer kitty. So here's what we have done with some of that cash. We splashed some of it. Let's show you what we splashed it on, guys. So player number 1 through the revolving doors here at Selhurst Park is Lovro Meyer. I'm pretty certain that's how you say his name. So basically we've got him for 12.5 million that we paid for him. Kind of got him to play sort of behind the two. That sort of position is sort of how we started playing. So we had Eze play there all season, and right towards the end of the season, he was exhausted, he was blown out, he couldn't play 2 games in a week. So I knew I had to make some changes if we stayed up in that position. So we've signed this guy. Hopefully he can do a bit more with the ball at his feet. He can create a bit more. It's creativity in the squad that we've brought to the this season with this sort of specific player. Don't know how good he is in terms of his ability on the ball. From what it's all showing here, the green, it looks good. But I've had players like this before where it looks amazing and they're just so poor. It's hard to find the correct formation or position for them. But this one seems fairly straightforward. So Lovro Meyer is the first player through the revolving doors here at Selhurst Park. So player number 2. Let's go over straight away and check out player number 2. So player number 2 is Ezri Konsa, centre half, signed from Aston Villa. Let me just say, there we go. Wow. So the deal was 33 million quid. I'm pretty certain we didn't pay that all up front. I'm not really sure what we paid up front. Let me just go and see if it shows. I'm pretty certain it's not going to show. If there's a way of showing it, please leave comments below and I'll have a check. Let me just see. Go on his happiness. Yeah, so he seems, we've signed him as a starter player, so Obviously, I'm still going to try and probably play the three centre-halves at the back. If you recall, my centre-halves were all struggling with each other. They weren't getting along. I don't know if it's a communication barrier or just footballing terms. So we've signed a player that's already, up to speed with the Premier League, which is good for us. 3.5 star, going up to 4-star potential. I don't know what else to say about this guy. I'm absolutely delighted with this guy. I think he's certainly a starter. He's going to be a key player for us this season. So, player 2, Ezra Konsa. So, player number 3 through the revolving doors at Crystal Palace is Lewis Cook. So, we've signed Lewis Cook from Bournemouth, 24 years of age. Defensive midfielder. He is Luka Milivojevic's replacement, basically. Let's just check the history of him. 17.5 million we've paid. Signed from Bournemouth. As I say, he had 4 years in the Premier League with 4 years in the Premier League with Bournemouth. So we know this guy's up to it. £59,000 a week. Minimum release clause of 56. A relegation release clause of 28.5. Absolutely delighted with this guy. So this time we have signed a striker. A striker wasn't on my list. He wasn't on my agenda at all. We've managed to bring in Ollie McBurney from Sheffield United. If you recall, they've just been relegated. Last game of the season, we drew with them, sent them down. Newcastle stayed up. So I had no intentions of going for a striker because there's one more striker we previously got into the club. On a season-long loan, and Mateo, I don't know if you remember, he played really well last season. Played sort of, although we didn't play him as a target man, he just seemed like the target man sort of player that could hustle and bustle defenders, run the channels, leave the gaps in the middle, and he got injured for 4 to 7 months. So it sort of moved me down this road of having to sign another striker of similar stature. Now, there were 2 or 3 options in front of Ollie McBurney, and sad to say that them moves didn't happen. They chose to go to bigger clubs and better clubs. So I had my eye. He was one of my options, but he was my 4th option, if I'm being honest. So that tells you that 3 other players did turn us down before Ollie McBurney decided to sign for the club. Signed him for £17 million. We paid £5 million up front, and the rest was instalments over a 3-year period. So is he a good buy? Well, time's going to tell, because we are going to struggle when Mateo comes back to fitness, which will be sort of February time. And I don't know how it's going to work, because I'm going to have 4 strikers on the books. And I only really want 3. So there is potential for maybe a Jordan Ayew. But to be fair, when Jordan Ayew played last season, he played really well. And I'm not a fan of Jordan Ayew, but he stood out for me. So Ollie McBurney is the next player through the door. So our last player through the door here at Crystal Palace. Yes, we have managed to reloan Michy Batshuayi, and he was really good for us last season. If you take his goals away last season, there's no way that we were staying up. So, absolutely delighted with the goals and the contribution he made last season. I'd be an idiot to not even try and get him, but I was very fortunate with, as I say, this guy and El Nene to keep on loan. So yeah, we've retained him on loan for the season. I'm absolutely delighted, and hopefully he can bag a handful of goals for us, maybe a dozen or more. I'm actually going to maybe see if I can challenge him to get 12 to 15 goals this season. He will be the main man up top, we're hoping. So yeah, fingers crossed, and hope Michy Batshuayi can stay injury free and bag the goals for us this season. So that's transfers done, guys. We have had a few free transfers in and out. We've released about 11 to 12 players. So I'm happy with the squad. And I will just show you the squad as we go through now. So this is the squad we have. Let me just do the position. So this is the squad we got. We got 2 goalies, Gaeta and Butland. We have Martin Kelly, Yidam, Nathan Ferguson, Konza, Tompkins. I'm probably going to let go. I'm gonna see what the opportunities are for him to go on loan or leave the club immediately. Tomkin, Sensei, Lianco. So they're the centre halves. We could also use Coyote in centre half. Then we've got Tyrant Mitchell, who's going to be a left back. Coyote, Lewis Cook, El Nene, Riamoto, Riedeveld, Meyer, Eze, Batshuayi, McBurney, AU, and Mateta. So that is the current squad. I could just do with getting maybe another right back or maybe another left back. Probably just going to look at seeing if I can squeeze someone in. You know, maybe an up-and-coming youngster in sort of championship level or, someone like that just to come on the books and just provide a little bit of cover for our left-backs. Welcome back, guys. So we have progressed through and we have already played one game in the Premier League. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. Right, just to clear up a couple of transfers that we've had since we last saw you. We have signed Paul Larola. Is that how you say his name? I wouldn't know. From Fiorentina, a deal that cost us around 9 million quid. He is a 23-year-old wing-back, full-back, right-back. He can play them positions, inverted winger. So he's basically somewhat to cover the right-hand side. Like we said, we needed to sort of get a couple of players in. So even if it's just bodies in the squad, we needed to do it. So I didn't want to spend money for the sake of it. I got this guy, decided to spend the money actually because of his young age. So we got this guy, as I say, from Fiorentina. So super happy with that transfer. We do have one more that we have just made, which I will come and tell you about right away. So this is the guy we've just signed. We've signed this guy, Brenner. He's Brazilian, 21 years of age. He was playing in the USA. Got great stats. And I thought, you know what? He can play a false nine. He can play an attacking forward, centre forward. He can play a poacher. So he's an all-round centre forward, which is brilliant for what we need. And just as I sign him, what happens? Ollie McBurney is out for 8 weeks. So for once, the gods are smiling down upon us. Not really, because he gave me a player injured for 8 weeks, but never mind. Nevertheless, we paid, I think, 16 million for this guy. But 5.75 was laid down. The rest was all in add-ons with goals, that sort of stuff. Appearances, all that sort of stuff. So it's money really we have to worry about in 3 years' time. In 3 years' time, we are going to be skint. We are going to be absolutely buried. We are going to be given no money in 2 more seasons because we are going to owe it all to these other clubs. And the idea was to get a flow of money coming in from other players that have been sold over the next 3 years to go against the debt. But it's not worked out that way. It probably won't work out that way unless these players do really well for us. Keep Brenner for 2 years, score a bag full of goals, put a massive market value on him. Who knows what's going to happen. Right, so as I said before, we have played one game in the Premier League already. Why didn't I show you that? Well, my first initial reaction was, first game, we're playing Man City. No point showing you guys. We're going to get whooped. Yes, we got beat. Whooped? No, we did not. Dominated? Just about we were. However, we gave ourselves an absolutely really good account of ourselves, and I'm absolutely delighted with the boys. We lost 1-0 away at Manchester City. Let's have a look how it looked in terms of numbers. So 40-60 possession. As you can see, they had 17 shots to our 2. Defensively, I just feel we are a lot stronger, a lot able to cope with what's being thrown at us. I just think the 8 players, if you include the goalkeeper, on defensive duties, El Nene, Cook, Mitchell, Yadam, Concert, Lianco and Sensei, plus Butland. Butland's been coming actually, I don't even recall me saying it, maybe 2 episodes ago, I think, that I want a goalkeeper that's going to dominate and command his area. That's what I wanted. He seems to be doing it. So I'm really happy with Butland at the minute. So this is how well we've done. Like I said, we've got a 1-0 defeat. We're now going back to play Aston Villa in the second game of the season. Concert is going and he's playing his old team, so hopefully we can put one over on them. Just to add before we go to the tactics page, guys, I have on the tactics now put in corners and long throws. Right, guys, here we are, Crystal Palace versus Aston Villa. We have just had a takeover mention. I'm hoping we don't, unless we're going to get loads of money thrown at it. I like things to be settled down and just stay as they are, which is what we're looking to do. So that's all I care about right now. You know, putting a good team together. I don't want the hassle, any hassle whatsoever of unfortunate takeover rumours or actually takeovers. It could put players, you know, at ease, or not at ease, should we say. It can sort of... It's not good for the club's harmony. Let's put it that way. So let's get it squashed, let's get it gone, and let's hope it doesn't happen. Right, this is the team we have put together for the Aston Villa game. We are actually at home to Aston Villa. I thought we was away. My bad. My fault. So the team we have is Butland in goal. The three centre-halves is Sensei, Lianco and Konsa. Right wing back is Yadom. Left wing back is Mitchell. Two centre midfield players is Cook and El Nene. The Mayor is playing the attacking midfield. Jordan Ayew and Michi Batshuayi up top. I'd just like to say that Brenner has gone on to the bench for the first time. He's actually, you know, he looks decent. So let's hope we can. Let's hope. I mean, he's finishing of 16 and composure of 14. Let's look at his history. Okay. Not the greatest, but not the worst. Right, let's do this. Let's go. What number do we give him? I'm going to give him number 17. No idea why, but you know, we'll give him number 17. Right, so Butland keeps his place. No, I'm going to say that. I'm not going to say that because we played really well. Our football was absolutely excellent last game against Man City. I'd like to think we can play just as well, if not better, but, you know, you can only beat what's put in front of you. I mean, last time out defensively against Man City, we were on it. We were at the races all the way, and we just got pipped at the winning line, didn't we? At the post, which wasn't great. Took them 82 minutes to score though, so that's an improvement. It's better than if you remember last season. It took about 3 or 4 minutes for them to score. Oh, I thought they'd scored then. Well, we're not showing much, are we? It's a little bit better. A little bit better. Good football. Great ball. Mitchell. Back into Jordan. Alneny. Just drags his shot wide. Still, you know, it's a shot. I'm going to make a shout and demand a bit more here. Not really done much, but, you know, something's better than nothing, fellas. Giving the ball away. You know, if that's all we're going to sort of... If they're the only half chances we're going to give them, I'm quite happy with that, really. You know, at least we're not giving major clear-cut chances, he says. I mean, Watkins, can he get past all 4 of them? No, shooting from there. I mean, if that's what we can push them back to, then I'm super happy with that. A little bit disappointed with our corners and set pieces. Nothing's really worked at the moment, but, you know, there's still time. Just the 2 corners we've had seemed a bit poor. Not really what we've been doing in pre-season, which might add, I haven't spoken about pre-season, but we've done well. Tactics have been good. We're playing the same tactics now. We're playing the same way. We just seemed a bit more. We just seem a bit more cautious, and rightly so. You're playing the Premier League. It's where your bread and butter is. But when you're playing pre-season, you're getting a false indication really, because you don't play with much caution. Oh, Mayer, can he get onto it? He can! Great save, Martinez. Cracking save. Just wish it may have fell to Michy Batshuayi. Mayer, corners. Got to go to the back post. Yeah, not worked. So the idea for the corner, get it to the back post, hit Sensei, boom. That's it, or at least get it across goal. That's what we're looking for. I need to boost them up. I need to encourage them. Give them a bit of encouragement. I don't want to go much more from positive to attacking. Not just yet. I mean, that's bad. My 3 central midfield players, well, are all on yellow cards. I think we need to do something about that. Right, we're going to do something about that. We're going to change that now. We are going to put Chetko in for LNA. And I'm going to put Riedeveld in for Cook. A complete change. Riedeveld hasn't played at all in that position throughout pre-season due to injuries that he sustained. It's poor. It's just poor. Oh yeah, another thing, when we played Man City, I forgot to mention, they had 2 penalties and missed both of them, both saved by Jack Butland, so brilliant. Ayew, 1-on-1, can he score? He's through, he's buried it in the bottom corner. Jordan Ayew, second game of the season, keep saying first game. Jordan Ayew, second game of the season, first real chance, first real opportunity we've had, and he buries it in the bottom left corner. Look at this again. Sets himself. Great goal. Great goal. Just when we needed it. Right, we're going to make another sub. Larola's coming on for Yadom. Cracking debut that was. For Parola. Or Larola. I might change his name to Parola or something. I don't freaking know, sir. A weird one. Right, what a cracking win that was. I mean, all right, we weren't the best side there. I mean, to be fair to Villa, deserved it. They deserved something out of that game. Let's hope the results can keep coming. Let's hope the injuries can stay away this season. And I really want to push for something more than what we've done last season. Like Southampton, Arsenal, Tottenham, maybe them 3 games. Maybe I'll treat you to them 3 games. It'll be somewhere around that, or we might even go down to Liverpool, Fulham and Everton. It'll be something like that. Oh my God, I've just seen, look at that. Do you remember last season we had like 5 teams in a row and all were the top 6? Look where we are. Arsenal, Tottenham, Liverpool, Fulham, Everton, Chelsea, Man United, Man City. Oh my God, it's happening again. Right, never mind. Let's go. We will catch you for the next episode of this save with me, Mr. Cuddly. Crystal Palace, 15 contracts? Easy, mate. Completed it. Till we see you again next time, it's over and out from me.